Hi everyone, it's Chris.
And Rachel.
We're the Culture Couple, and we're here to talk to you today about something we did over this past weekend. We went up to near Tarrytown to this place called
Blue Hill at Stone Barns.
That's what I said. Blue Hill at Stone Barns. How did you find out about? You were the one who found out about this, right?
So, I don't know if you've heard of Blue Hill at Stone Barns. It's about 50 minutes outside of the city. We live in Manhattan, but luckily Chris has a car. We have a car. So
We do have a car.
I have been wanting to go there for a while. They're like an agricultural center. They have a really, really high-end restaurant in the evenings, but during the day they have a cafe, and it's called a grain bar, and a whole farm. So we wanted to do something outside of the city, maybe go for a hike, explore something new. And so I figured we can check that out. And we had plans to go some other places, but it wound up being such a great day that we stayed there for a while.
Yeah. It was a really cool place to check out. The way it's set up, it almost looks like it does essentially is a farm, and it's a functional farm. They do like grow vegetables, and they have like a vineyard, and there's like a bee area with like where they make honey and all this kind of stuff. But the farm barn area itself doesn't even look like that. It looks almost like an old castle that they kind of renovated and just made it a little bit more modern. There's a cafe in the courtyard. Attached to that is the restaurant that Rachel mentioned, which is a very high-end restaurant. Price.
Tasting menu about $218 a person. I heard 10 courses.
Yes.
So it's goals, but
yeah.
maybe in the
more
future.
like exactly something you want to do, like plan
For really special events.
Yeah, very far ahead for. But the cafe is very, it's small, but really good stuff in there, and everything they make is very fresh. And I'm fairly certain everything comes from the farm itself. So it's basically like farm to table kind of food. Really delicious. We had a couple of scones.
Oh my gosh, they were the best scones I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
We had a kale cheddar scone. We had an almond scone.
Yep.
We had a spelt chocolate chip cookie. I had some coffee. Everything was amazing that we ate. It was really, really fresh. And you could tell the ingredients were like all local and organic, and they really take pride in their cooking.
Yeah.
I actually looked up the scone recipe, so maybe I'll recreate it, but I can't even imagine it'll be the same effect as it was there.
The farm and the rest of the farm itself, there's a lot of walking around to do. There's an area with there's a grazing area with a bunch of cows. We checked out that. I think there's a video on our Instagram account. You can check that out with me having a little fun with Rachel. As well as there's another area down. It's kind of away from where the courtyard is in the farm, or the barn, or whatever you want to call it. And there's like sheep down there and some chickens, and I don't know if they have
baby lambs.
little baby,
that were so cute and make
cute.
you feel really bad about eating lamb.
And so I mean, it's not just like a place to go for there is hiking there to do, and very stuff like for, I guess like it's a couples day out, but it's also family oriented because there was a lot of families there with kids. They were checking out all the sheep and the chickens, and
people had their dogs with them. So
yes,
if you have
there's
a pet,
also
you can bring your dog.
very pet friendly, but they do have a lot of signs up saying like where to go, like where the sheep and the chickens were. They were like, don't bring your dog down there, because for that area, especially where the sheep were, they have essentially sheep dogs. I forget what specific breed they were, but these are dogs that are bred to like be with the sheep 24 hours a day, and they're very protective. So if you bring your dog with you, the dogs there, even though they're inside like a pen, they will get a little bit upset that there's another animal there. Those get very protective, and it'll get a little bit loud. So you're better off just staying away from that area if you bring your dog with you. There's plenty of grounds to walk on. There's even, when we were driving up to it, there was a bunch of cars, remember, parked along the road, and I think there were just people walking into the woods, just going for a hike, because along there it's just very, even though it's essentially suburban, it's a lot more land than there are houses, so there's a lot of hiking to do away from the farmland itself.
It's in the Hudson Valley.
Right. So I mean, it's really nice, and it's very close to Tarrytown, which is another great place to check out if you want to just do something else. There's a lot of good restaurants there and whatever. So
It's definitely a fun day out of the city. We have a lot of pictures on our Instagram, Culture Couple, and we'll link to that out in the comments. And check it out and see all the pictures, and definitely go there if you get a chance.
Yeah.
We also went to the Easter Parade on Sunday, so check out our Instagram for pictures of that. It was a pretty funny experience.
yes, that was interesting thing to see. First time for both of us, and
Yeah.
unique to be sure. But that was pretty much it. So I would say overall, I mean, if you're looking for something to do on, just for a day or an afternoon, and especially if you have a family, perfect place to go to check out, and worth, especially on a nice day. Oh, one more thing we almost forgot.
Oh
about.
yeah, it's free admission in the early spring and winter, but after, I think they said April 17th, they start charging admission to get in. So if that's something
what was
that, I think it was like 20 a
$20
person or something. So
Yeah, it's a
definitely
little-
check out their website
Yeah.
before you go if you're on a budget.
Yeah, it can be a little pricey. I mean, it's worth it to do, and definitely fun. And if you can, if you want to make the expense just to go, certainly do it. But just be aware, there are ways to kind of cut around that. If you want to go, I think, what is it? They said between April and October, right?
Is when you pay.
Yeah, so between April and October is when you would be paying just to get onto the grounds. But after that, you can go there and just drive right in. There's no, I mean, you can pass right by the gate, just go to the parking area, and you're fine. Don't have to pay anything. And you just be, you can go into the cafe and stuff like that. But, and honestly, we went, it was just last weekend, and it's only March, and the weather thankfully worked out to be really great. It was warm, but it was cool out or whatever. Perfect, and it was very sunny. So really, I mean, if you go in the fall, you're not going to miss out on anything as far as summer stuff to do. It's just as pretty to be there in the later months. So worth a check out.
Yeah, well, that's all for today.
Yes. So thank you for checking this out and watching our video. Please check out our Instagram account, culture_couple, where we post a lot of the pictures and videos of the things we do. And if you've liked what you've seen here, please subscribe and follow us on our journey.
Bye.
Bye-bye.